Stuck in my head, you know I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in my head. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could just forget you. I can never shake you off. You're stickier than my super glue. I can never shake you off. I'm always trying to get rid of you. I'm never shaking you off. To say move on, I know I don't belong in this fantasy world I put you and me in. I cover up both my ears, cause I know baby it's working. It's working. Never shake you off. You're stickier than the super glue. I can never shake you off.
Hello everybody and welcome. I say everybody, I think we've got 2 in. Well, 4 watching, it's not bad. It's not a bad start. Claire's in, hello Claire, and UK Gadget Man who's just finished his stream, well, premiere of his race. Well, it wasn't a race actually, was it? He was trying to go round, what was it? Good year, good stone, weather year, something like that. I can't remember what the track was now. And he managed to find this new bit of track on there which I've never seen before. All green, it's lovely. Certainly a more, Goodwood, that was it, sorry mate. Certainly a more scenic route than most players take. I enjoyed it actually mate, I thought that was a better way to do it. Taking the scenery, why not? Here he is indeed. Right, now you'll be very pleased to hear. Now it crashed the other night, didn't it? I'm not saying it won't again tonight. I mean, bleeding hell, it just has a mind of its own, this thing. But I redid the bits that you've already seen, so you don't have to sit through that again. And I did a little bit more as well. I stayed on for a few days into the summer so that I could get the other herbs and everything I needed. So did all that, got back home, sorted out all the artifacts. I'll show you anyway. We'll get on with it. But yeah, so now it should be basically ready to go into the jungle. I think we're at the end of the summer as well now. So you've missed summer. Sorry about that, guys. UK Gadget Man was saying it's been really hot where he is today. It's not been here. Bloody freezing cold and miserable. I fell asleep. Don't know what's up with me. All I keep doing is sleeping. That's what happens when you're under great stress, as you are at the moment, Claire. It physically drains you. Mentally and physically drains you. It was what made me have to give up work. The stress of it all, it was just unbelievable. Right, so bees are all sorted. I've built a basement where I've put me finds that I've got so far in there. These are the mosquito, just the various things I've found, animals I've found around. Should be from the jungle, but to be honest, they're not. But never mind. Some sugar skulls, quartz skulls, smoky quartz, Amazonites, some masks. These are authentic, apparently. These are the treasures that you get at the end of the temple, so we'll be getting a few more of those, worth 10,000 each. Not bad. Little treasure chest here. This is for some other challenge, which I'm going to have to do in a future episode, because you get to bring people back from the dead. Now, not recorded, but while I was doing the stuff offline, he actually bumped into a ghost down at Granite Falls. It had haunted his grill. Been into space a few times on the rocket. Got these huge, unnaturally large space rocks. Not worth half as much as they should be, but there you go. And again, these are the collections from the space and everything. Dead blue slug, dead space porcupine, got some living ones, a living pink whale, live red coral. I think that's the dead pink whale and the dead red coral. They should be the other way around really, but never mind. I'm starting a collection of them as well. So that's where I'll be putting all the stuff I collect. So should we get off to the jungle and collect some? Oh, actually first, brew some herbal remedies. Tummy therapy. We'll make one of them. I've not got one of them yet. Hello, Vanny Rose. I'm going to see the tablets they've given me. I don't want to take them, but I may need them for now. Try and avoid them if you can, Claire. They're never any good, are they? What am I prescribed to take, of course? I can't even pronounce what they are. I've heard a box lying about, but I've not. Just mess your head up even more. Oh, there we go. He's made that. We'll make some sadness alleviation, just in case he gets sad out in the jungle. Is the music loud? Bloody hell, it shouldn't be. Let me turn that down a bit. How's that? Any better? Let me know, mate. PTSD, they said it is. They like to put their the labels onto everything, don't they? At the end of the day, you're stressed and you're depressed because of circumstances. Right, we'll have some more deodorising cream, and then we'll do the insect repellent as well, if we've got enough stuff left. Sorted, thanks for that, mate. Time are we? 7:30 at night, so it'd be a good time to go away about 8 at night, because then the holiday will end at that time. Thought I saw a plant sparkling then, ready to be upgraded, but apparently not. Oh, and I've planted some new stuff as well, some herbs, some of the stuff I've bought. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, the deodorising cream's good when you're in a hot climate, so business system is broke, I'll say, because this is family-friendly content. That's what it is anyway. We're here for the stream. Enough about me. No, we're here for you as well, Claire. Oh, the scarecrow comes to life now in the middle of the day and just, oh, he's nodding there and just wanders in. It's unbelievable. Right, let's take a vacation. Should we take anybody with us? Should we take Father Christmas on holiday with us? He deserves a break. He's worked hard on that one day in December. Hello, Skooks. We're off to the jungle. Selvadorada. No, I did like this place. This villa we went in last time. It's near the market. It's convenient. And we've got these up here, haven't we? This could be a new place, you know, to explore around. I wonder if we could just take his tent there. We'll have to try some new spots today, won't we? But for now, I think we'll go back here, because we're near the marketplace, and that'll be handy. Mind you, we can travel to the marketplace, can't we? No, do you know what? Let's go in style. 717 a day? Blooming Nora. Let's do it. Now just book one day and then we can extend it day by day then. Hello, Carla. Spookmas. Right, let's have a look in the what are we saying here? Alright, let's get the insect repellent on, if we can find it. I've realised you have to pause this, otherwise it all just keeps flying up. It can't handle the amount I've got in the inventory. It doesn't seem too bad a place, does it? Take it the bedroom's upstairs. Oh, blimey. Oh, I'm not sharing, am I? Single bed. It's alright. He's brought his own double. Where's his double bed? Oh, he's not got his double bed. Must be in the family inventory. He's got his tent anyway. He'll sleep in that. Should we have a quick search around here? Now, what was that option? He got survey for a dig pile. Let's do that. It might show us around. Oh, there's one. That wasn't far away, was it? Did I mention I get to walk a nice gentleman with a sexy southern drawl on Guild Wars? Woot, I wish I was younger. Establish. Oh, let's establish an excavation site. Let's establish it. Scoops, you're only as old as the man you feel. Plus 10 years. Right, well, there we go. He's built a wooden box around it. We'll excavate it. What was the point of that then? Just took time up for nothing. News flash. Sir Philip Green. When did he become a sir? Bug free. There we go. That's what you want. Could be here a while. Should we speed him along? While excavating in the archaeological site, Charlie's found one fossil rock. Well done, Charlie. And there it is. We'll extract that fossil. It's a fossilised alien skull. There you go.
Yeah.
Artifact shaped dirt clump. We'll uncover it. Whatever that means. Oh, he's got another skull. That's good. He's finding a lot here, isn't he? He lives in Tennessee. Well, you can't knock Tennessee, home of the finest whiskey in the world. The Death Relic Base. Not that. Sounds grim. No, that's not that. Right, oh, he's going to his table. Oh, he's getting straight stuck in, isn't he? He's not messing about today. Now, have we got enough to build up one of those anti-curse meals? It was in here somewhere, wasn't it? Can't find it now. Cook. Plants and beans. Where is it? Maybe he can only cook it if he is actually cursed. I wouldn't go down the line of telling him you're younger. You might watch your channel. Right, let's get some dinner on the go then. Maybe it comes as a grand meal. No. I just want to get one ready in case he gets cursed while he's out and about. Does it come under bacon? No, I can't imagine the ancients baking the stuff. Grand meal? No, done that one, haven't I? Gourmet, maybe? Could be gourmet, couldn't it? Ooh, SimCity cheesecake. That sounds nice. I think we'll just cook a normal meal then. Have breakfast. Have an omelette, why not? Can't beat an omelette. Well, you beat the eggs to make an omelette, don't you? But you know what I mean. Even I get infuriated at my age. Don't be silly, Skooks. Age is all in the head. Frying bacon in real life right now. Why do it in real life when you can do it in a virtual reality? Dinner. Especially in that southernly accent. I can't do that. Oh, you have 24 hours to pay your bills before your power is shut off. It doesn't matter, I'm not at home. Where's he going here? Well, that's a big table, isn't it? We could invite a few people round there if we were so inclined. I suppose we'll have to pay the bills. 21,000. Well, me. Gonna have to get rid of that air conditioning. Charlie's expert knowledge of the Omniscient culture and the techniques of its master craftsmen have helped him determine that this is a fake. Oh, it's a fake. Oh, we'll sell it then. Oh, there's his double bed. It's inflatable. Where did it go? No, can't find it now. Let's get down the market. I'd like a couple more machetes before we go out anywhere. Purchase gifts. What can we buy from here? A potato. That'd be a nice gift, wouldn't it? Got you something nice. What is it? It's a potato. Right, let's get down the marketplace. Say hello to the locals. I get that feeling when I put Scott on. Mine's hardly a soft. Bloody nice voice, is it? A northern twang. Common as muck. Carry a spare machete, eh? Always. Why is there nobody about? Well, they're there. Let's get a drink. And hope these people turn up and open up the stalls.
Hobie Road
Hello.
Tribal. Still needs a torch. Vanessa.
We'll do a Selvadorian introduction to her as well. Oh, right now, I've got to change my... Bloody hell, she's shut... What happened there? She's not inviting me back, is she?
Oh, true.
This could go wrong. Jungle Explorer, back to this one.
Chonkaby. Shabashu Canoeing. Shabini. Woundfik Shayama.
Give her a local salutation.
Telvajero Umbra. Wamba Boy Yambalala. Ah.
You always relax, mate.
Viva Desu.
Oh, this lady's set a stall out.
Dorishi. Dorishi. Smora, hey.
We'll have some liquid rush. Oh, we'll have the two plants. They're always under. I don't need the food or the drink, really, do I?
Sapula. Befete Pelka. Vino.
That's the
I think
boy.
she's going back to
Shiron. Him boy Shiron.
her hut. Ask about new stock. Have you got any new stock, love? How's your stock? Get your stock out.
so. Quoza. Rangoya. Sparza fish. Tibu Quoza.
Drobisveric? Chul.
He may have misunderstood you there, Skookum.
Redoy you breath.
When you said you was hanging out.
Asha. Jump on the fish.
Bogan Drove?
Siwa. Mora, hey.
Arbanaya. Global Banfa Sacranario. Philibot?
Just saying.
Kangaroo.
Level 4. Oh, we've got to meet level 5 of it.
Supta.
We'll ask about the jungle.
Savane? Chippa.
Software, well, that's age again, innit?
Shows a quiz at. Yes.
Yucks. Sigluna Vero. Vinacapa.
Can you do?
Marsafe.
Nope, sir.
Norbs. Chicks Rimbloff. Sibaba. Chichi. Loba. Yabaheni de Gabo.
Boy.
Wassenex neutral.
She wrong.
Nurskin.
Him boy, she wrong.
Floor tree.
Yeah,
Throw this ferret.
Oh, lovely. There's the machetes.
Jewel, jewel.
Nice talking to you, mate. But I must buy this knife.
Bloom Apolachaba. Kiss a bay. Meshka craney. Possum.
Well, the Faraday fist. That's going to be handy if he gets struck by lightning, isn't it? He keeps getting struck by lightning. Mind you, I bought him a trait so that he likes. Have a basket, why not? He likes
Abimova Brizu.
storms now, one of his traits. In the reward store here. And we've got some other. Cold acclimatization. Don't need those. Look, he's waterproof now, so he's not bothered if it rains. Storm chaser, so he likes the storms now. Could be quite bad though, he could get even more. Oh, heat proof. Sims aren't negatively affected by hot temperatures and enjoy the heat. We'll buy him that while he's out in the jungle, eh? An ice proof. Not negatively affected by the cold neither. There we go. We'll buy them too. Are we getting this store open or what? Buy some more bat wings.
Rump Tivo. Moochie Peachy. Go on. Kiss Noy.
We can get up to level 5.
Kangaroo.
Assemble a mystery. Right. Oh, blimey, he's tired, look. I was hoping to get him off into the jungle today during the daytime. Never mind. Let's get him in his summer clothes.
Cheshire. Binkapa Baru.
Chicks Reblock.
Washanoi.
Sibafa. Yamaheni Dekaba.
Oh, there we go. Right, we're up to level 5 on that. Should we get out to the forest? We know what to do, and I'm going to share the tip with you. Visit the statue of Madra Kosek in front of the cantina with a generous donation, and the curse can be removed. Is that? We're going to show it some respect. Obviously it's not that. We've got a fishing spot here. Should we see what fish we can get? We'll have to go into the jungle in the night. Where is it? Come on, Charlie, get down to the water's edge. Officially almost anything as long as it's organic. Right, that was helpful. Should we fish with one of these? The flutterberry. See what we can get with that. Oh, new fish. Blimey, that's a big one, isn't it?
Ooh. Ah, Yavuna.
A tambuki. Keep going, man, keep going. Competing for this fishing now, aren't we? You know. There's 3 of us now. He's got a log. Oh, what's that, tiddler? A tetra. We'll catch one more. And we'll get his head down for a bit. Oh, he's caught it. Right. Back to the lodgings, Charlie. He's not walking all the way back, is he? It's the other side of the blooming jungle. Sell those fish because they're not going to be doing us much good. They'll just go off in this heat. Can't find the other fish. We're not going to find them now, are we? Oh, it was 2 tetras he caught. Anything round here worth having? Let's get his bed out. Sleep amongst the plants. There we go. Where's he going? Hello, QP. Vacation ending in 4 hours. No, we'll extend that. It's barely in the jungle. Let's extend. There we go. That puts his mood up as well. Loves sleeping outdoors. And who doesn't? Right, let's get to this temple. Oh, blimey, look at Clement Frost. Oh, he's going to be in the jungle in his pyjamas. Should we try somewhere new? Discover jungle secrets. I can't. Why doesn't it let me in these places? The jungle is teeming with wondrous stuff. I'm sure it is, but you won't let me in. Well, maybe we can just head out from our villa here. Well, let's do that. Change your clothes. Something a bit more appropriate for the jungle. No, we don't seem to be able to get in and beyond there, do we? What about this way? Oh, that's the same place, isn't it? Right, well, we'll go in there then. $103 views on Skooks' flood video. That's good. Always go into the jungle prepared. I've got an apple sherbet, I think this is. I thought it'd be lime, but they do taste more like apple. Oh, read poison. Aware posting. He's lost. While blazing a trail in the jungle, Charlie comes across a small group of some hanging out by the watering hole. As he observes them, he notices one of them is approaching a huge swarm of bees. Right, last time we scared off the bees. Oh, there we go. Did the same again, and we got an ancient treasure for our troubles. Can't be bad. Oh, we'll get some more avocados. While we're here, we might as well. Perhaps his next vacation. Oh, that's what it said last time. That's why we've come back. Been bloody cheated. Get through these bushes. There he goes, having a nice jog through the jungle. Watch out for snakes. Yep, good point. Well, it probably has jinxed us now, hasn't it?
Oh, Sarkini. Ah! Oofra.
What's he doing? Get on with it. Why is he feeling flirty? Flirt with danger. Something with him. Clint catches Charlie's eyes and he spies something shiny in the middle of the path of vines. As he approaches, he notices the vines seem to move menacingly. A torn old boot sits among them. It's evidence of another traveller who wasn't so lucky. Higher gardening skill leads to better result. Right, well, we'll retrieve the treasure then. Oh. Distract with flies. We'll do that. Charlie realises that the plasma bat bait is in his pocket, but would serve as a perfect distraction for the carnivorous plant. He releases the flies, and the vines slither away trying to eat them all. The treasure is his. Brilliant. We got us some treasure. What's going on here? Not sure what that was all about. Should we get some more insect repellent on him? Seems to be bothering him. Can't say it. It's bothering him anyway. We don't need none of those. Now we've got two ways around the forest here. I think that's the entrance to the temple, isn't it? We'll go in this one first. Lemon. That's it, Charlie, hack away. Ah, no, I did this wrong last time. Well, missed the flies. Disperse and leave the sloths alone. Charlie dispenses with the now empty mister, but not before noticing that the sloths seem to have dropped a number of crystals for him. That's nice of them. Into the royal baths we go. That's the sort of music you get in these games, mate. that. We still can't get in these places. We'll go back and try that other entrance because we've already been there and done all that area there. That box keeps going wrong, doesn't it? Let's just reload in. I'm a bit worried it might start crashing because the graphics are going a bit weird. They don't want people dancing in elevators. Right, let's go through this one. Charlie's blazing a trail through the thick jungle when he stumbles upon a campsite. It's a pretty remote location and he doesn't see anyone nearby, but he's not sure if it's actually been abandoned. Well, we'll quietly look around then. Sneaks around the campsite, looks pretty abandoned, and he doesn't see anyone around. He spots an artifact lying on the ground and decides to take it with him. On his way out, a wide-eyed Sim jumps out at Charlie and chases him for a while as he serpentines through the jungle. And what's up with him here? Oh well, here we go, we're in a new place here, guys. We'll open that treasure chest. Oh no, we was here last time, weren't we?
Haha! Gibosa!
A rare relic. Gold. Lovely. That should do us. Is there a way out of here? I think we could only go out the way we came in. I don't fancy fishing in here with the crocodiles. See what he says when he examines the water. Probably says don't fish. Most fish here will eat almost anything. Should we chance it? Could catch some at something new. We fish with a death flower. You might need it if that crop comes near. Could be doing a Steve Irwin here. Oh, it's heading this way. Do. Let's not push our luck, Charlie. We'll go back the way we came. I don't think we went in that one last time. We'll see what's out there. Just feeling unhygienic and hungry. Well, we know what not to eat, don't we? He's done one here, defend against two natural dangers. Drat its backs.
Oh, Dad! Whoa!
Oh, yeah, we've dodged it. So that's that. Those missions are done. Now he's just got to do assemble a relic, which I don't know how he does. I imagine we're going to have to find a few first. Comes across a small family of capybaras out for an afternoon drink. They look adorable. The smallest one looks a bit scorched and upset. I'm pretty sure this went wrong last time, but we'll try that one. Charlie cautiously approaches a small capybara and rinses it off. Capybara looks a lot happier and bounds off in the water. As the creature runs away, Charlie notices something shiny in the water and fishes out a prize. Lovely. Oh, what's going on here? Well, that was all about. Oh, he's got himself a rainbows. And he's got himself another treasure chest. Crocs. Oh, he's got that lightning insulation powder now. He needed that before, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to miss the Harvest Fest. Never mind. Hello, Rick. He's getting hungry. What should we eat? I don't know what that is. Got 4 machetes left, so we're doing all right with that. An unauthenticated mask. I think we're going to have enough after this to build the relic thing he needs to build. We'll have a pomegranate and a dragon fruit. And for his hygiene, we'll use some deodorant. We got deodorant left. Thought we had a couple of cans of that. Oh, there we go. That should sort out his hygiene problem. And you're bloody naughty. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Really appreciate that. We're trying to get our riches here as well. Oh, he's on a knife as well. Certainly getting a lot of stuff into. Charlie has caught the attention of Sir David Attenborough. Look for packages in the mail from Sir David and the Simonsian Institute, not institution, asking for help authenticating artifacts. I'll keep my eye out. Thank you very much. I don't wish to hurry you along here, Charlie, but could you get a move on? We've got a temple to conquer. Got another knife. And another lump of dirt. Oh, he's doing well. Come on, Charlie, get some food down your neck. Well, Charlie's not eating, but I am. But you're getting green ones. Sure we should have a red one in there.
Gimbara.
He's still hungry, isn't he? Get your cream on. And have a gutsberry as well. I hope this doesn't turn in blue. There we go. Confidently excavate that spot. Oh, Charlie seems to have some unexpected visitors. He isn't too worried though. He remembered to use his insect repellent. And he's pretty sure these spiders won't like that one bit. Oh, right, there we go. That insect repellent's done in the world of good, hasn't it? And a chaos relic base. I think we've exhausted that area now, haven't we? Let's go to the temple. Oh, and his hygiene's gone right up to full, look. Perfect. He's still hungry. We'll give him some more confidence. Right, let's go in the temple. This is why I wanted to do the stuff in Granite Falls first. Because I knew this stuff had out, like the deodorising cream, the insect repellent. Worked out really perfect, that. Let's save. Hours left. We're going to have to take another day here, guys. Looking more like Tomb Raider. Alright, well, we'll do the plasma bait again. Worked last time, didn't it? Would you like to send Charlie to the temple? Oh yes, we would. What's up with him there? Right. We'll harvest those. Right, so we'll go up here first, because there's something in there, isn't there, to get? Take your time, Charlie. We've got all day, mate. It's like Raiders of the Lost Ark now. Right. While he excavates that, I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Ooh. Now, I noticed in Simon's stream today, it was a square image rather than like a widescreen image. Bloody yellow again. Do you know? I think my mum's been in and had all the interesting sweets. And apparently it was just one of the Google Lens views that he was showing. So I'm just wondering, Simon, couldn't you record both the lenses and then put them both together on the screen like a widescreen version? This will be the last excavation site I do before we crack the temple, because he doesn't really need all this. He's got enough. Could you not record both of them? Shame that, because it would have been nice to see the whole view that you do. Well, what's this? Chat with Ulna. I've never seen Ulna before. Where's Ulna? Who's Ulna? Stop the dig. Ulna's coming. Is that Ulna? Temple Guardian. Oh, this might not be too good. She might be coming to tell us off. Oh, Weetabix has recalled Asda Fruit and Fibre and Morrison's Fruit and Fibre, as they may contain pieces of plastic. Yum yum. And yesterday McCain called hash browns. It's nice to know we live in a world of such high standards. You need a VR headset to see what I see, but I recommend it because 2D just doesn't do it justice.
Nada.
Have you tried going out in the real world? Like your eyes, they're like 3D. Here's Ulna now, she's coming round. Oh, she doesn't look happy, does she? I didn't realise you could get in that way. Right, quickly Charlie, stop. Stop. She's here, stand up. Yo, hello. How are you? Charlie, don't start again.
Pasiba. Arpanaya Umpra.
Simbozi, Shanisigo.
She's asking for cash.
Alfonsa. Nipwim Rimple.
Give her a local introduction.
No bay.
Conchichi. Mwah.
Siwa.
Tankubu. Inkayamau.
We seem to be getting on famously here. What's she doing? Oh, hey, hello. Rattle those pots and pans.
Ulak. Storna Flame.
Oh, blimey. Hey, I could do with doing that.
Crazy. Chumpachana. Yaba
Oh,
Apalachana.
crap.
Kretzel. Behe Vakala. Izi Bala Bakla. Lanza Debo Dabashibi.
Can't quite get it.
Shabashu. Rekalula. Umbwa. Udra. Stiva. Uksanoi. Eldom. Tokizo. Apalachaba. Mamu. Shabashu. Rekalula.
We give her a gift.
Ukanoise. Sweezo. Nibla.
Might come in handy if
Umbawanya.
we get into trouble.
Apalachaba. Arpanoi. Taru.
Could have had woo-woo with her. Where would he put it? Right. Oh, what was that?
Rachao. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Yapik. Yapik Hiboim. Apalachaba. Zumpatar. Noyopik. Huh? Sweezo. Yabaheni de Gaba Fuibo.
Alright, look it, rattle her bones. Should we try?
If we know. Yes, in our tam.
See,
Washupaza.
we don't seem to be getting up on the playful meter.
Samzo. Kableep.
Tuga.
Brune.
Oh, we've not got a romantic one.
Meshka.
We can't. Right, quick, start digging again while she's gone. Apparently you can't be romantic with skeletons. Who'd have thought, eh? You're a filthy lot. We'll finish off excavating that, have some food, or we can have a pear. Gonna need a couple of things to eat, ain't it? And a banana.
Yibs.
And we'll give him a Vimberry as well. Right, he's feeling energised. Let's get going. Jog here. Jog on. There we go. Into the water. It's still quite light here. 10 to 10 at night and it's still pretty light outside. I like summer. Long days. If we get some of that decent weather they've had in the rest of the UK, I might, it's not, you know, guarantee or a promise or anything, but I might leave the house. Oh, excuse me. Let's examine this trap. I'm pretty sure it's that one we have to use, but it's here. We'll have a look. Might open up something else. Raining all week here too. We've had... It's been on and off, the rain. It's just not got warm at all. Charlie's learned this. Right, okay. Activate. Into the glyph hole we go. So what does this one do? No, nothing. We don't need to go all the way around there. We'll just get down and get the treasures. That's all we want. Being Indiana Jones today. Been lovely here in Yorkshire today. Had me shorts on all day. Oh, Simon. Oh, God, man. Why have you put that image in my head? Oh. Oh, dear. That won't go. That'll be there all night. You've no tact. 23 degrees. Blimey. Ah, we've got to pull the warrior's weapon, I remember. Lovely, dig these up. Now we are going to get cursed here, aren't we? Hey, I didn't have that last time. I don't remember that one. Sure it was that one we had to use. It's harvest time. Put decorations, you can't do that. Holiday gnomes, give respect and gifts to the friendly gnomes. Can't do that. Have a grand meal, I suppose we might be able to do that. Share some thankful spirit, we'll be able to do that. Activating the correct trigger should allow safe passage to the next room. Charlie must be flirty to activate this plate, okay. Make him flirty. Eat a flutterberry. Eat away, Charlie. He's feeling very flirty. There we go. Flirty to who? Just to himself. At least we're not on elevator music now. Now what skill's going up there? It's about to peak, whatever it is. That is archaeology skill. Behind him, we can get that up to level 10. Well, drat, none of these triggers will unlock the gate. No problem, we'll try that one. This song sounds like it's on double speed. What to say? Sounds fine my end. I've watched a couple of Sims 3 building of houses. Very creative, these people. Yeah, I'm not very good at building houses. But some of these triggers won't work to unlock the gate, but that doesn't rule them all out. Oh no, we'll go with that one then. Yeah, I just like on Sims 4. I just like keeping it basic, square rooms, like a normal house. I like it practical. You see these people building it and it looks brilliant, it really does, but it's not for me. Charlie can now ask Sims for a small loan. He's a millionaire. Doesn't need to. Right, hang on, none of these triggers are working. Oh, blimey. Well, we'll try that one. What can we do? Yeah. Sure why that was so difficult, but there you go. Feels like that's a trap. Just being able to walk through it, doesn't it? Oh, it's a very hot day. What's that glowing on his head? It doesn't normally have one of them, does it? Where's that come from? Well. This is where we're going to get cursed. But that's fine. Zapruder? Amazon, Zapruder. It was Zaptruder. Zaptruder. He doesn't seem to have been cursed here, that's good. Homesick. Too much time in the forest can take its toll on the best of us. He'll be fine. treasures. Off my arse off, where that comes from, quotes Scott. Charlie found the ultimate treasure of the temple. He should take a look around for other discoveries before leaving. He did that last time, they weren't out there. Oh, and he's got a blessing of the gods. Well, there you go. Let's take him home. And he can enjoy the Harvest Festival. Charlie has lived a life most of us could only dream of. Cow plants impregnated by aliens, became a plant. Don't forget, he's been Indiana Jones as well. Look at that, he's travelled home in his holiday clothes. That's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Never mind. Quick hello to the bees. How can he be homesick still? He's home. So a load of bees around with plants then. Quick hello to Scarecrow. Right, what's he got to do here? Put up the decorations. Okay. Put up decorations. It's like a Fruit of the Loom logo, isn't it, guys? There we go. Decorations are up. Give respect and gifts to the friendly gnomes. What gnomes? To participate, find gnomes around your lot. Right, we've got to find some gnomes, everyone. Keep your eye out for gnomes. I'm not seeing any gnomes. Might as well go and get that. Prohibit authentication. Mail for Charlie. No, we'll keep them coming. Why not? I think they should be appearing now. We're in fall. Who should we send a thank you card to? Jada McCain. Thank you and your family for the wonderful chips. The hash browns weren't very nice though. They poisoned us all. Bits of plastic in. There we go, card sent. Right, get the mail. Charlie's collected everything from his mailbox. Should we send another thank you card? Oh, Father Christmas, thanks. There you are. Skookum and Simon don't like the music. They're not very with the the younger generations know, you know. This is young music. It's obviously not, is it? Right, what does he need? Shame they changed the Sims music. The soundtrack from the original was amazing. You can't play it anyway, you get bloody copyright strikes for it. Right, has he got to go and authenticate this bloody stuff that they've sent? Have I got enough to build? Because I've got to do that mission, haven't I? Assemble a mystical relic. Can we do that yet? You have to use one of these. What are they called? Oh, that fish is foul now. Let's get rid of it. There's something on it like bond with or something like that. Can't remember what it looks like. It's like a little, it's like that, but oh, fuse with. Here we go. Is that a Zototic relic? Hopefully that should do that. Die. There we go. That's done something. We can either a mystic relic top or bottom in the Sims inventory. You fuse with. Right, well I've done that. Oh, and then insert a crystal. That's what she said. There it is. Insert crystal. Charlie needs a refined crystal in his inventory. Right, let's refine a blooming crystal then. Blimey O'Reilly, eh? Refine a crystal. One of them. Now it's cold weather. I suppose we better put the heating on in here, haven't we? Is that his idea of refining a crystal, just chipping away at it? Anybody seen a gnome yet? Maybe they don't like the rain. Oh right, where's he go? Oh, he's setting the heating. Right, so we'll put that refined crystal into his inventory and then find that thing again. Oh, he's got another one of them plates. 9,000. There it is. Insert crystal. Open 3 treasure chests. Activate a mystery relic 5 times. Alright, so we can now activate that relic. And I didn't say a word there, Simon. He's just activating the relic. We'll activate it on Robin Richardson, who appears to be married to Santa Claus now. Where's he going for this? Get dressed. Blimey, what's going on here? Watch out for the trams. They just come whooshing down that road. Here he goes. Charlie has cursed. Oh, blimey. Marking them for death. It'll only be a matter of time now before she receives a grim visit. Right, blimey, where is she? Why did it take me over there? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Charlie, what have you done? Oh dear. Oh. Yeah, maybe we could make other relics. Who was she? Robin Richardson. Let's... Blimey, O'Reilly. Let's travel somewhere with her. Hope she's not dead yet. Can't find her. She's gone. Oh, that's terrible. Bloody hell, Scott. That went a bit dark, didn't it? Went dark very fast. I don't watch for one stream and you're having people murdered. It's not good, is it? Well. Who's that? Kirsty. Well, that's not gone well at all, has it? I wonder if I can make different relics. This is terrible. Maybe if I chat, can I chat with her on the computer? She might not be dead yet. Socialise. Chat with. We seem to have more people here. So who was it? It was Robin Richardson. If I get my friendliness bar up with her a bit, maybe we can hang out somewhere. No. Well, that's not gone well at all, has it? Charlie needs a relic. Right, well let's get another relic. They're not relics, are they? think we have to do them. Right, let's try one of them. This is terrible. I think we've lost her. She's just going to have to accept it. She is. Is MA on? I'll catch it later if he doesn't delete it. Usually ends up deleting them, doesn't he? Because he makes too many threats. I can't help but feel partly responsible for her death. I really can't. Oh, apparently I've partook in the friendly spirit of the day. The thankful spirit of the day. She won't be thanking me, will she? See if I can visit her. I can give her a death flower. She gets a second chance. This is terrible. Right, what's he made here? Now we've got frangipans being recalled. Recalling a lot of food. What's happened to it all? Maybe Charlie's been cooking it. Still not getting any of these gnomes anywhere, are we? Find gnomes around your lot and appease the gnome. He's maxed his archaeology skill anyway. Charlie can now share his scholarly knowledge with other Sims by giving an archaeology lecture. Should be interesting for them.
Well, Daisy.
Authenticate it. Right, put that in your inventory. Scanning for gnomes, thank you. Do some gardening, Scott. The gnomes are to do with the harvest. Good point. Although there's no gardening to do. I could plant something, I suppose. A relic. Have we got any relics? I don't think they count as relics, do they? Hello, Thomas. We're out of the jungle now, mate. Oh, Father Christmas is ringing. Oh, I'm on the bad list. Oh no. We've killed someone, Thomas. It's terrible. I'm not answering the phone to Father Christmas now. Bit of a coincidence. It's like when you murder someone and the police turn up at your door, innit? It's like, yeah, I know what they're here for. We just want a word, yeah. Right, it's genuine. Putting in the inventory. Can we now bond that? Top relic. I don't understand what a top relic is. I mean, I've dug all sorts up, haven't I? Why have we not got relics in this stuff? What's that? Isn't that a relic? Activate on self. Charlie's already affected by a curse or a blessing. Is it a curse or a blessing? He's on a blessing. I could give her one of them blessing meals, couldn't I? Right, let's go and ponder in the garden. Tend the garden. You know what I was thinking? What if you spread those fountains a bit and had a walkway in the middle to the front door? Oh. You see, that's the kind of nice design stuff QP was talking about that I'm not really capable of. Yeah, I like that. We might do something like that. Just a warning also, Scott, no matter what I have done for the gnomes in the game, they always ruin my house. In my opinion, they are evil, but you can sell them. Well, should I buy a gnome? Perhaps we need to buy a gnome. Oh, look, here they are. There's no place like gnome. Alright. Well, we'll whack him there. Alright, appease the gnome. Give it pie. Have some pie. What have we got to do as well? Have a grand meal. Oh, it's on fire. Right, well, we've done that. I can sell that gnome, can't I? Let's make a grand meal. We'll have a ham dinner. Plead for forgiveness. I love Sims 4 Seasons holiday event where they appear and if you attack one, they all start to swarm you and cause chaos. Whoa, no, I've not got to that one yet. You can't appease them, they're evil. I tried to warn you people. If you wanted to put the lot on the gallery with the hashtag Scott Harrison or something, I could fix it up for you. Oh, right. How do I do that? I've got gallery up here. Let's open the gallery. Oh, it's like Tony Hart. What do I do? don't know what all these are. That isn't my house. Gallery. Can I upload? How do I upload it? Manage worlds. Save and go to manage worlds. On the buy mode you can upload it there. Ah, right. Up here. View venue, type in gallery. Nope. Am I in the right place here, mate? The gallery item must be saved to view pack specific information. Save lot to gallery. Right, okay. How many bedrooms has it got? I think it's got 3. No, it's got 1, hasn't it? 1. Can you count the tent? It's got 2 bathrooms. Charlie's house. It must be shared to enable commenting. Where do I share it? I'm happy to share it. Alright, okay. Hashtag Scott Harrison, Charlie's house. What's up with that? Contains a disallowed word. Well, I don't think I can hashtag it. Well, what's the disallowed word? Hashtag. Oh, right. Doesn't like Charlie. Right. You shared a lot in Twin Oracle Point. There you go, mate. Good luck finding it. I can share it on Twitter. Log into your... Oh, I don't know my Twitter account. Can you just take me through to Windows and share it there? I think I've done it, mate. Now, while we're here, Let's get rid of that bloody gnome. There we go. There'll be no chaos cars there, guys. I'll find it, no worries. Brilliant. Do something with the ice rink as well, will you?
Do you need a bruise?
I bloody do, Ma. I've killed someone.
Oh no, love. You're mourning.
Mama. Just killed a man. Put a voodoo doll to his head. Pulled me trigger, now he's dead.
Have a broom for the police get.
I know, yeah. They won't let me have one there, will they? I don't want station tea. Right, what's up with him here? Get cooking. We've not got long. We've only got till 2 AM. It's 10:30. Oh, right. My gnome's gone now. I'm going to have to put the gnome back. Unbelievable, innit, eh? The things you have to do. Appease the gnome. Get another pie. With it, Charlie. Time's ticking here. Right, we'll sort the gnome out. Send a thank you card again. Can't believe we've got to do all this again. Hey, is that woman here? Oh, we'll send one to the ghost. There was that ghost. Was that her? Miriam? Sorry, Mariam. Send her a thank you card, hadn't I? He's left me some plant seeds. That's awfully nice of him. Right. Grab a serving. Ooh, this is going to be close. Who's always hungry? What is this light on my head? I get that, but that's because I'm bald. Oh yeah, he's bald, isn't he? Oh, well, there you go then. Yep, Twin Oracle Point. Yeah, he's got it. Nice one.
Yabe.
Where's his meal gone? Keep with it, it's New Year or whatever it is. He's going to be stuffed after this, isn't he? Come on, Charlie, it can't take you over an hour to eat your meal. Oh, we're on the clock here.
Ooh, dwarf. Canapé. Whoa, yeah.
Call to grand meal. Unbelievable. I don't want to call people to it. Right. You can't call to meal. We've done it. Whoa, right. Just before time's up. Working on it now. I had a resort, I build on that same lot, so I had to go to a different save. Oh! I always buy the biggest lot I can. He seems to be singing on his own. I don't know where that woman went to. Perhaps death got her on the way. Well, that gnome seems to have done me some good. Look, it's given me a packet of seeds. Right, Charlie, give it a rest now, pal. You're on your own, singing in your house, in your shorts. It's not good, is it?
Good luck. It's storing a flame.
I think we'll get rid of that now. Oh dear. Well, it was bound to happen. What? Come on, Charlie, get up to bed. Oh, actually, no, now. We'll change him back to outdoor enthusiast. Because now he has to sleep in a tent for 5 nights. So, now would be a good time to crack the tent out. Unfortunately, he's got too much stuff around. Oh, there we go. We can have it next to the rocket. Go and get in your tent. There we go. Well, that was the longest 2 days of his life, wasn't it? He got 25 simoleons back on his rebate. When I get an email off the tax man, you have a rebate. I think, oh, lovely. 6 pence. Thanks. Cost me more in electric to read the email. Well, it seems to be up and fully refreshed. Oh, Scarecrow's doing the garden. Lovely. Thank you, Mr. Scarecrow. That's good of you. That needs evolving. Right, that needs fertilising. He's very good, is that Scarecrow. Very handy. I think what I'll do is graft some of these plants now so that they'll grow all year round. Beat the system.
Oh, yeah. Well, gee. Whoa.
Thank you, Mr. Scarecrow. You go and enjoy yourself. Oh, that needs evolving. Does that one not? No. Right, let's harvest everything. See if anything else needs fertilising. Some of these should around here. Oh, stop clicking away from the stuff I want. You got everything that needs fertilising, that's not too bad. We'll go and apply the mite treatments. They're just mildly irritated now. Now I wonder if... Where's the Scarecrow? He's over there. I wonder if we could do that thing on him. Can't remember what it looks like now. It was an ugly little statue, wasn't it? That thing there. Right, activate on. Can we do it on the Scarecrow? No. That's a shame. Could do with an enemy, really, couldn't we? Who's that? Well, I can't kill a child. What things count as artifacts? Nothing in there. I think we'll just have to keep authenticating stuff. Until we get another thing, because hopefully it won't be a thing of death. Maybe we can put blessings on people instead. I believe I killed her during Harvest Festival. It's terrible. That scarecrow's going to end up breaking that computer, isn't he?
Clerks?
Princeton, yeah, come over, Princeton. Might be able to use something on you.
Ivor. C'est moi.
I might just have a use for you, Princeton. Come on in. Now he's an elder. Won't matter if he went, will it? He'll have respawned.
Sibani. Yango.
Did he just shake his hand backwards then? It's unusual, isn't it?
Palachaba Kisabe. We've been for fruit. Sminchida. Oh. Kalu Pizoi Bove.
Let's give him friendly. Right, let's give him a death flower. Here we go.
Oh, Pomeray.
Got this sussed, guys. I've got it sussed. We'll give him a death flower.
Shamabu. That's not. Philibachnama.
Sanksa Benarp, Helka Bethute, Laona. Biba Deso Fanja Famaya, Mobi?
Ah, the Kappa.
Teebs, Shefanas, Nabim, Jim Wibsy. Oh, Flobo. Adish. Kolarka!
Yeah, Mr. Ungrateful. Okay. You be ungrateful. What's his name? Princeton Eccles. Watch how grateful you suddenly are now, Mr. Princeton.
Lemphy Newlets, Zappin Quad.
Yeah.
Corbani.
Now we'll see. Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute.
Bish Blossamo.
Oh dear. Oh, look at you. Yeah. So bloody clever now, are you? Oh, he's the camping guide. Should we get some camping info off him?
Sabine, Zorabani. Iffa.
California Frida, Uchi Pichi, Lubi, Haragaba, Flamanshusha. And Izuk, Rubin. Equitroid, Lara. Pacquiao.
We should lend some money off him, shouldn't we? Well, we'd have to pay it back. Where's he going? We'll give him a lecture on archaeology. See if death turns up. We still don't seem to be able to make that that meal. Well, nothing I can do for you, mate. You've had it. Your death flower will see you through, don't worry.
Mishi Tananiwa. Ensign Tevene. Marisha. Marisha. Tananiwa. Darvis Wallaloj. Oh, we're too neat. Debo Dabashibi.
Maybe we can lift the curse. Seems they don't go straight away anyway. That's a good thing. Well, we could give him a bottle of health potion, couldn't we? Give me a gift. Health potion. Here, have this.
Gibbs, Tombra.
Present? For ya? Oh. Ooh, Shane. My beast.
Might want to eat that. Drink it. Do something with it, mate. What a day. We'll finish authenticating that. Nearly done with that now. Right. It's a genuine one. Surely these are artifacts here.
Nathan.
Got to be something we can bind that thing with.
Huh?
We'll try this one and then
Giggler. Huh? Ooh, I
I'm
know.
just going to authenticate into the genuine find is found. Oh, I already marked it as authentic. Top relic. None of these relics. That will be, won't it? Authenticate that. There we go.
Uh-huh. Ciao. Krez. Ah, yes. Tessa. Ooh. Huh?
Right, now. Bronze harvest knife. Whack that back in. No! A relic top. There was another one of these boxes, wasn't there? That one. I give up. There's some leftovers. Have a shower. I bet that fella's gone all around town giving it everybody else. That one. Grapevine up to perfect. Brilliant. Quick game of that. Bubble bath, I think. And bed. Neighborhood brawl. Alright. We'll have to get out and do a bit of fighting. Oh, we might get stuff delivered here, mightn't we? We'll let the scarecrow get up and do the gardening. Now, what have we got in the mail? They've sent us another unauthenticated knife. Need a relic top, whatever that is. Harvest everything in the garden, then we'll go out and have a fight with someone. Is the scarecrow not sorting the garden out? There he goes. Good on you. Well, everything needs fertilising. That'll have to wait till I get home. Quick chat with Patchy. Oh, we can fight him. You're sitting down, son. About to knock your block off. You Swede. You pumpkin. Knock your pumpkin off your head. There he goes.
Tip, not tip. Ribs.
Hold him over. Hidden son.
Right, I'm off out, mate. Should we take Patchy out with us? He doesn't seem to be there. Oh, we can't take him out. Never mind. We'll go down Willow Creek. Bargain Bend. be somebody here we can fight with. One more to the tree. And discuss nature with it. And then we'll have a fight with him. There's a lot of people wanting to chat with me. Oh, there we go. Right. Fight. Probably not a good idea with an alien, is it? He's. Oh, I'm out of here. We'll fight with him.
Dag.
Where's Clara? Stars and the cleaver. Philibok? Ah, Conqueroo.
Doyum Galave. Mirvalis. Bubara Zakuni. George Brinka.
I can't fight him.
Sahibsa. Amaga Jagorg! Yes!
Yahoo! Normal Grob. Low Beach. Caltraz. Viva Deso. Javier.
Sushi. Orphibash. Blonev. Palachava.
Chimane Yaba.
Guasha? Pepso. Basamu.
Zifflefuba. Ganira Sibu.
We'll have a sing.
A Rainbow.
Shubu de Jiffy.
About neighbourhood brawls, so it's good to fight.
Mazy Grove. Craybow. Mazy Grove. Craybow.
Get out and about. I'm going to punch your lights out.
Don't be sweat. Listen, not still babe. Yibs. From Celia Dress.
Drobispheric? Jewel. Yanabi.
Shakapur.
Yazib. Bimbus.
Boy. Fleva. Yeah, sure.
Well, there we go. I can fight him.
Hey, West. Chavez Turca. What's
What is going on here? Put your brolly down, son.
Sul. Yanabi.
Zuma form.
We're supposed to be fighting.
Maya. How will Vina's office? Yanabi Stulek?
Fight, there we go, they're in the mood for a fight. I'm on some round 2.
Yeah. Hey.
How many more have I got to get before I get me tip?
Punk or what? Zuma form, Amaya, Abo, Zimonis, Luna, Winners, Fortuny, Subsito,
Yazu. Bimbus.
So.
Fight with a woman then. Equal opportunities and all.
Nima,
Right, he's done it. Brilliant. We can stop fighting everybody now. Apparently the alien's gonna talk to me, but I can't even see where the alien is. So we'll go to Sylvian Glade instead. Hey Tommy, okay? You've missed it, I've killed people and everything. It's terrible. We'll do a bit of fishing down here with the death flower. Oh, you've missed everything, Tommy, I tell you. He conquered the temple like Indiana Jones. He was a hero, a real hero he was. And then he went back home, put an artifact together and put the death ray on 2 people now. He's got to do it on a few more yet. And he wasn't even on it. Oh well, that's a shame. So he didn't even get credit for the second person he killed. It's a bit of a sick game, really. It's caught a sturgeon. It's getting back home. Now we could take somebody home with us and... Oh look, yeah, Princeton. We'll see how he's getting on. We'll invite him back to the house. We cursed him. Part of the game though, you know. What can I say? Oh wow, he's been busy. He has. Like Obsolesis was saying before, he's done more in his life than most of us have done in ours. Oh look, he's still looking ill, isn't he? Oh, should we fight him while he's ill? Terrible, isn't it?
Honka one.
At least I'll win.
Thank God. Oh, my visa.
Should we, I've given him that health potion.
Huh?
I don't know why I didn't just use that. Oh, I don't know. Now we've got to fertilise all the plants. Gotta be a quicker way down this list. Oh, his scarecrow came alive as well. It's been quite a week. Hello, Jack. Yeah, I should be off here in about 15 minutes, so if it's on then, mate, I'll be in. Hello, Jay. Oh, we can evolve that tray up.
Roxa.
Cherries. The hangout link, MA. Get hold of MA, mate. Did you watch UK Gadget Man's video earlier? He took a nice scenic tour. See, I've got a UFO fruit there. I'm wondering what happens if I eat that. Does he turn into an alien? I mean, he turned into a plant last time I ate something, which wasn't good. I might do that again in summer, but not a good time in winter because you don't get much sunny weather. He's not harvested everything. Have I done these ones here now? Ooh, nearly missed a load out then. That wouldn't have been good.
Ah, yes.
Do I add him from the email, mate? If so, I have done that. It's moonsmessedup@gmail.com his email. But don't send it from a Gmail account because for some strange reason nothing goes through to him from Gmail, it just gets sent back. I can't email him from a Gmail account. It's weird. Google's messed up though at the moment. It's really bad. My account is every video. If I go to this, every single one of my videos comes up with this weird thing about comments. Yeah, I'll go to this latest one here. Blimey. And look, you have comments awaiting your review. I go to review them. 4, but it doesn't show any. Likely spam. 4, doesn't show any. It's every video at the moment, and that drop down don't work. So Google's totally broke at the moment. I don't know what's up with it. Google's messed up at Gmail. Is yours saying the same? And then nothing there. I've reported it to Google. So, and they've assured me they're looking at it. They're investigating it thoroughly. They'll probably go in there and go, yeah, it's broke. We're showing twice as many views as you should be getting, so we've corrected it all now. Views will go down, my subs will go down again. Last time I had them review something, my account went down 1,500 subs. So it's never a good thing. Ever since I agreed to partake in something with them, some research thing they was doing, and like you get paid like $50 every time you take part in one of these things, and it was all set up, and on the morning I was supposed to be in, they sent me an email saying, oh no, sorry, we don't want you now. They must have watched one of my videos and thought, no, we don't want him on board, he's a weirdo. So I won't message them then. Yeah. Oh, Thomas is repeating it. Have I missed something, Thomas? Oh, no. I think he says re-uploading it. Brilliant. Thomas he's done a bit of work on me house. It's going to be re-uploaded. And then I'll download it. Somehow. I can see it all going wrong. And he's made it much nicer. QP was saying how you know, like she's been watching these people build nice houses on it. And I was saying I wasn't very good at it, so Thomas has offered to redo my fountains and that round the doorway. So he's been working on it. I have to go all the way down so many times each time I want to bloody fertilise here, it's annoying. I need to get rid of a lot of these plants, don't I? Trouble is I keep getting new stuff and having to add all that in as well. You've got to grow things to get the quality of them up higher. Because of this seasons thing. Oh, blimey, look. Hey, is he cured? No. Sorry about that, mate. He might survive, you never know. Brilliant. What are the plants and everything? Glad to get rid of half these plants. Oh god, we just changed season. Look, everything's just disappeared. Well, at least we'll have to work on less of them now. The scarecrow will have less to do in the afternoons now. We can only do a bit, leaving tomorrow on a mission trip, so I don't have much time. No, I appreciate what you've done, mate. What's up with him here?
San ahoy! Yatros.
Well, there's not many plants going to be growing now, is there? Where's his tent gone? Oh, it's out here, isn't it? Right. Sleep in a tent for 5 nights. So there he goes. Sleep in the tent again. We'll save that. I don't want to fertilise all them again. If you go to the gallery, you should be able to download it and replace the new lot without leaving the household. Oh, brilliant. Just like delete everything and then reload. Nice one, mate. Thank you. Facebook now wants your ID if you wish to speak about politics or things of a national interest. Wow. Facebook can go stick it up their arse. I hate Facebook. Oh, it's winter. It's winter. Some leftovers. Need a nice warm meal if it's winter, don't we? What's coming up on the calendar? Wednesday's Christmas. Blimey, that's come round fast, hasn't it? And it's New Year. What if you don't have ID? I mean, what are you supposed to do? Go down the local Facebook office and show them? That's ridiculous.
On a Bouchard?
Yes, bees don't produce honey in winter. Like they haven't already got most of me info. Exactly. They know everything about you, and they probably know more about you than you know. Some black shadows just run up the back of the garden. Excuse me.
You're always stuck in my head, you know I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in my head. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could just forget you. I can never shake you off. You're stickier than my super glue. I can never shake you off. I'm always trying to get rid of you. I'm never shaking you off. My friends are saying move on, I know I don't belong in this fantasy world I put you in the end.
I don't know what that was. I looked out out the window to see if I could see anything, and I couldn't. It was just this black big shoom straight up the path. No idea what it was. If you go to the gallery from live mode, you can download it, and it'll automatically replace the old version with a new one. Oh, brilliant! If you can, save your game and look the updates on stream. Brilliant, I will. The lot name, re-up, Twin Oracle Point, also the hashtag Scott. Oh, nice one, mate. I think that's everything done there. Right, guys, well, what after all this talk about dumb stuff Facebook does, he's going to delete his Facebook. I stopped using Facebook years ago. I started going back on it again for a little bit because, you know, try and promote my videos on there. The Mandela videos I do, because YouTube stopped promoting them everywhere, and I got fed up with that and stopped using that as well. So what can you do? I hate Facebook. Right, guys, well, thanks for coming in. I'm going to call it a night there because we've got quite a lot done today, haven't we? It's achieved very much. So, night everybody, and I'll see you all probably tomorrow night.
Stuck in my head, you know I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in